Welcome to our first weekly boxing update, roundup I should say, with myself, Big Nige, when fists fly. First and foremost, I hope everyone's safe and sound at home and being safe and cleaning their hands and all sorts. As you can see, I've been at home for a few weeks now and barbershops are closed and the afro is growing, as you can see. But let's start off with the boxing updates. Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce were meant to take place on the 11th this weekend that just took place for the European title. Obviously, due to the current situations with the pandemic of the coronavirus, it was postponed. Now it will take place in July. But I do truly believe that Daniel Dubois would have defeated Joe Joyce. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Errol Spence, glad to hear that he came out of that car crash fighting fit. He has now stated that the fight between him and Terence Crawford is in comparison to Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. In my honest opinion, it's a bit far-fetched. Truly because Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather were marketable fighters and they could make money. I'm not too sure about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Don't doubt me, the ability of both fighters are incredible and they are in my top 10 pound for pound, but I don't think they'll be making anywhere near 300 million in comparison to Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. WBA champion Dmitry Bivol was in an Insta Live interview with the one and only 𝗕𝗁𝗏, and he mentioned that he's interested in fighting Artur Beterbiev, the current WBC and IBF champion. But he has admitted that he is the most dangerous fighter in the world. I mean, it's a bold statement, don't get me wrong. Artur Beterbiev is a good fighter with outrageous punching power, but I'm not too sure if he's the most dangerous fighter in the world at the moment. That's one fight I genuinely don't know who wins, because both of them come from a similar schooling background, both Russians, and I'm sure they've probably come across each other on a regular basis doing the amateur ranks. But it'll definitely be an interesting fight. Let me know who you think wins that fight. But I'm split down the middle, I'm not too sure. Maybe in terms of the caliber of fighters they have on their CV, I may lean towards Artur Beterbiev, but who knows? It's boxing. Next up, we have, it's a joke thing to be honest, but Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, hope I said it right, have been having a social media beef. It's a bit pretty pointless. You could tell with the current state of the coronavirus, people are bored and they're just starting up anything. But apparently, Devin Haney has announced that Teofimo Lopez has dodged him in terms of going down the WBC route and opted for the IBF route. And Lopez has just told him, shut your mouth, you're just making too much noise. This isn't the first time Devin Haney is making a lot of noise on social media. He obviously had a Twitter spat with Ryan Garcia, has been calling him out, and claims himself to be the boogeyman of the division. There's four, who I personally believe, in terms of the most exciting prospect coming through the lightweight division, you have yourself Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, not really a promising prospect, but he's in and there. Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. Personally, I do believe Devin Haney is the better out of the four, but do not sleep on 𝗲𝗁𝗏. I know he's not in that weight category just yet, but when he does step up, I do believe he'll be the best out of that five. And I don't like to compare people to old timers. Obviously, Floyd Mayweather was the heart and soul of American boxing, but if they're looking for someone new to fly the flag, 𝗲𝗁𝗏 for sure. Okay, before I get onto this topic, I have the utmost respect for Bob Arum, but honestly, he is convinced that Kubrat Pulev will knock out Anthony Joshua when these two heavyweights meet in the near future. I personally believe he's doing this as a deflection to just get more interest into the fight. Personally, he believes that Anthony Joshua has a suspect chin, but this is heavyweight boxing. Anyone can get caught at any moment in time, so it's a bit of a weak statement. He believes the fact that Andy Ruiz allowed him to knock out Anthony Joshua in their first fight in New York is the reason why he believes Kubrat Pulev will do the same. But in all honesty, Andy Ruiz is a good fighter, one. And secondly, he caught him on his equilibrium on the back of the head. So he was discombobulated. So therefore, even if he wanted to keep fighting, it wouldn't have physically been possible. So I'm not too sure where the angle he's going with this, but he needs to put some respect on Anthony Joshua's name, because obviously he got his titles back and he's now a 2-time champion. So I'm not too sure. I don't know, it's a bit shaky in my opinion. The main man, the GOAT in my opinion, of my era growing up, Floyd Mayweather, has announced that he will now be a coach and be training up-and-coming fighters, based, obviously being inspired from the loss of his uncle Roger Mayweather, rest in peace. Can I tell you one thing? Whoever he trains will be a world champion, hands down. And you heard it here first on Memphis Fly. Without a doubt, whatever knowledge has been passed on from his dad and his uncle, and the experiences he's been through to remain undefeated in 50 fights and retire, the knowledge he passes on to whoever he trains will be a world champion. My brother stated, in order for that fighter to fulfill their potential, whoever it may be, he would prefer the fighter to come from the amateurs rather than having professional experience. That way they're fresh and he can mold them into the way they need to be in order to be a success. Last week we had birthdays from Dillian Whyte. Happy birthday, my brother, 32. Hopefully you get that world title shot, God willing. And obviously Gennady Golovkin, 𝗕𝗓𝗄, turned 38 last week. I just want to touch on 𝗕𝗓𝗄. Obviously there's been links with the trilogy with Canelo, but it's a shame because I genuinely feel he's a good fighter, one. And it's a shame we didn't get to see him fight in his prime against the so-called elite fighters. A lot of people were dodging him and now want to fight him towards the back end of his career. It's a bit of a coward move. Obviously, there's been certain comments from certain fighters saying that they can take him on and whatever. But let's be honest, a prime Gennady Golovkin, you've got no chance of touching him. That's it for a weekly roundup with myself, Big Nige. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe in the comments below. And I hope everyone's staying safe. Say that again. Obviously, I hope everyone's staying safe at home and spend some quality time with your loved ones. Peace.